Hey, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today was Friday, July 27th, 2018, and I am back to the drawing board once again. Now, I knew what I did wrong today, and I'm going to show you what I did wrong and where I could have been, where my signals were telling me where I needed to go short, and I didn't follow my own signals, and I cost myself the day today by not following my own. Anyway, long story short, this was my opening trade right here. I had no business being involved in it. This was a bad setup. There was no volume to get involved. The only reason I got involved is it was Friday, and I thought, hey, we were going to sell off early. So the only way that I should have been able to is just get out of it. This was a mistake. Now, the next trade that I took was a good trade, and that was, let me clear this out. Um, I like this setup, and let me tell you why. So here's the 5 blue bars coming in, and this was the fake out right here off of the initial entry. Now, why do I like it? We went to, the high was 67, and we went to 68. So Friday has a tendency of running not only the highs, but the lows when it doesn't know what else to do. So this was a signal that I had, and then I got knocked out at break even. Now here's where I lost my day because I took this trade on. Since I was down -8 coming into this trade, I wasn't willing to hold at -8, -9, excuse me, on this one, -10, and go down -16, -18, I guess. Let's just call it -20. Let's say that I wasn't willing to go down -20 on the second trade because the first trade was a loser because I screwed it up. If I would have held this one, I would have held this one up here, and if I didn't take this trade, then my opening trade would have been a winner. And this set up the losing day overall. Because then at that point I was off kilter, and this is where I should have stopped trading when I made this mistake at this point. So I should have stopped myself at -8 and moved on, and I shouldn't have taken this trade. So this was a day that just got away from me. It went down a 1p move. It went down a little bit further, and you had the opportunity to get out 1p. The next trade setup that I caught that knocked me out was this one right here. Once again, I'm in position. I see volume the way I like to see it. So the good news is I see it. The bad news is I'm too quick on the I'm too quick at moving to break even, and I allowed myself to take a little loss, a break even trade on this because I was thinking that we're going to go to $70 a barrel, which this was the range from yesterday that I need to buy above, sell below, and I had no business trading anything in the middle right through here. So I had a nice signal, and if I would have actually waited for the 1, 2, 3 to set up properly, then this would have been my entry point right here. And this one ran almost to a 3p move. It went down to 69.04 before recovering, and it was worth 2p coming back up. So if I would have been perfect today and taken my signals, I had 3 trades. I had 2 trades that I should have taken, and it's worth 3p, and today that would have been worth 62 ticks. So there's things that I see myself doing, and then there's a thing called this, right? Trust what I am seeing. If you don't trust your own trading strategy and you override it thinking that right now we're going 70, that's where the thought process kicked in, because I kept thinking we're running 70, we're running 70, running 70. Eventually, yeah, we probably will run 70, but I don't need to be worrying about catching 30 ticks to 70 when there's all this available here because volume is telling me otherwise. So let's get rid of some of this stuff. So volume at this point was showing me that this was the top, and we were inside that zone of yesterday that the market decided that that was an area of contention. And then we see this move right through here, and then it shoots and comes down. So what I'm happy about, I guess I can give myself a smiley face, is my son likes to write it. He likes to do it this way. Is that I see what I'm doing, and I'm okay with getting adjusted to trading again after having some time off. So it comes down to trust for me. Trust what the market's telling me. Trust my signals, and then wait for the right time to pounce the market. Get back to being what I used to be back in the day when I was the tiger that went in and pounced on a market like this and was able to pull out lots of money over my past. And so this is for my own education as well. That's why I do these educational videos. I don't do it just for you to learn. I do it for me, having short-term memory loss. It seems like sometimes I like to do things that don't make sense. So what do I learn from today? What can I learn from today? Just because I think something might happen, run to $70 a barrel, doesn't mean it will happen. You still need to trust what volume is doing its best to tell you. Volume is the key to the riches, the untold riches. If I don't follow my plan, then I can guarantee bad things will happen, like the last 2 trading days after catching a good winner. So yesterday I said close 30 started the losing streak, seeing things that were not there. So taking some trades in the afternoon, came into the day thinking incorrectly, and that cost. So what I'm getting at is you can have something that's playing in the back of your head from a previous day that affects you into the trading day that you're in, because your mindset's not correct. You allowed yourself to, like in my case, lose 14 ticks more than I wanted to yesterday. I was at minus 16, and then I gave up 14 more. And then I have a day like today where I get blocked out of my account because I'm an idiot, because I allow myself to go into WTF mode where I say, fuck it, I'm just going to reset. And that is the point where I've got to stop. When I get to that point where I say WTF in my trading, and I'm willing to risk that extra $100 to go back into and start over with a fresh combine, that's where I have to be a big enough guy to say, hit the button, baby, hit the flatten button, and close my trading system down. So what I'm getting at is one mistake from a previous day can have you thinking incorrectly on the next day. And I was proud of how I traded yesterday in the morning session, that only being down 16 ticks on signals that were correct, but I wasn't able to catch it. It just, I waited for the tiebreaker to come along. I took my advantage of the tiebreaker scenario, and I was only down 16 ticks. And then next thing I know, I thought, well, I'll just trade the afternoon and get those 16 ticks back. And the only thing I ended up doing is giving back 14 more and going down minus 30. And that set up the losing day today, because I allowed myself the mindset that I thought, well, we're going to $70 a barrel, which there was no real indication at the point in time that we were going to go there. I mean, the market needed to get above 80 for it to even have any chance whatsoever to get there. And so what we saw today is we ran the high at 67 and went to 68. Then we ran the low down to about 24.6 or something. Then we ran back up over the high again at 78 or so, and then we went down to a low. So um, it could have been a very confusing day for those that don't know what you're doing. I kind of know what I was doing, but I allowed my discretion to come in to play and overrode what I know is true, uh, or at least is true in as it relates to statistics related to volume. And like I said before, if I don't follow volume, if I don't use volume, then I'm no better. I honestly, I would have better luck playing blackjack because at least that, and like I talked about in the past, if I'm playing blackjack or I'm playing some kind of casino game, at least I might be drinking a beer or a mixed drink, rum and coke or something, and sitting back and enjoying myself a little bit more. Now, obviously, this is just I didn't lose um, real money in this case. What I lost was some of my pride, and I have to hit that reset button and go back at it again. And and knowing that I don't know why I do this, but I end up doing this more times than I care to admit, that I just allow myself to get into that WTF mindset, and it ends up costing me um, a good, and it's the days that I had some really nice trading days, and then I'll end up doing something stupid, and next thing you know, you're got yourself into a hole. And the hole that I put myself into this time was now I got to pay up another $100 to go back into this. And I'm going to keep. I believe that I'm this close. Otherwise, I would have quit a long time ago. That it really comes down to my own psyche at this point. I'm the one shooting myself in the foot. It has nothing to do with all the other crap that's going on in my life and all the other financial woes that I've got in the back of my head, or whatever, bills to pay, whatnot. It's none of those things. It's me trusting that, and setting aside the worries that I have prior to sitting down at trading, and then saying, all right, this is what I'm good at. Quit worrying about things that I have no control over outside of my life. There's lots of things I can't control. What I can control is what I'm good at right here. And I know that I'm good at this. So trust myself, trust my signals, trust what I see, stop doing the stupid things, and put myself back into the funded account. At some point in my lifetime, I'm going to look back at this and say, this was the time, this was the catalyst, this was the pain threshold that I had to get to be able to move forward and move to the next stage in my life where I'm taking more money away from Top Step Trader. It's coming. Um, it's coming. I know it. It's so close. You can taste it. It's there. So I've got back to the mindset where I need to be. Now I've got to allow the good signals to come across, trust the stop loss that I put in place, and stop worrying about the little things that I can't control. And most of it I can't control. If I take a signal that's a signal that I believe in and it stops me out, I'm in a much better mindset than if I take a signal that has no belief center behind it and I take that loss. So for instance, yesterday's thinking that we're going to 70, and today opening up with that -8, which I had no business being involved in that either. All right, that's it. I'm done preaching. I'm done preaching to myself as well. Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Being able to pull away, Mark, and know that you're doing okay. And so I beat myself up to the extent that that's as far as I'm, when I'm done with this video, when I render it, when I watch it one more time, and then put myself back in the right mindset coming in when I trade next, most likely Wednesday of next week right now, looking at August 1st. I'm going to take off. I'm physically going to take off the end of the month now and not worry about trading until August 1st at this point. So that was my plan to come in. I wasn't really worrying about trading until August 1st. So I got myself back involved in it. I got the hunger again. So I feel good about some things that I can accomplish now. I'm looking forward to the month of August to start kicking some ass. So I know I said that I'm not going to run a live trading room. I don't know how I feel about it right now. And I might run it just for my own, just for me, just to have it up there and allow people to come in to watch me explode, but to keep myself more accountable. That's kind of where I am right now with the thought process, is that maybe I just need to do it just for my own good at this point, to keep me more accountable to what I'm wanting to accomplish in any given day or month or whatnot. So that's it. Dave Knight here from 123 Day Trade. Look forward to talking to you on the next video. Um, I'm close. I feel that I'm so close. I can taste it. It's there. It's there for me to take. It's just up to me now to take it. See you later. Bye now.